In just 91 seconds, the U.S. wiped out a hidden North Korean artillery base inside Russia before it even fired a single shot. No planes, no drones, no warning. Just 3 rockets launched from a truck no bigger than a school bus, and the forest was silent forever. This wasn't a war, it was an execution. And the message? Crystal clear. You build a threat near NATO, we won't wait. We'll erase it. This is the true story of how 15,000 North Korean troops entered a war they'd never leave. And trust me, once you hear how it happened, you'll never look at modern war the same again. Welcome to a reality. It began quietly. In March 2025, the world was watching Gaza, Taiwan, Ukraine, but no one noticed a silent deal between Moscow and Pyongyang. 15,000 North Korean troops were flown into Russia under a new defense pact. But these weren't regular grunts. These were elite artillery crews, hand-picked for a mission the world wasn't supposed to know about. Their destination? Kursk, a city close to Ukraine, but dangerously close to NATO. And they weren't empty-handed. They brought with them the Cox M1978, North Korea's long-range beast. Each one could fire a 170mm shell over 60 kilometers. That's enough to hit U.S. bases in Poland and supply lines in Romania. Satellite images confirmed what U.S. commanders feared most. The guns weren't pointed at Ukraine. They were aimed west. Hidden under camouflage, deep inside the Kursk forest, the artillery crews were setting up what they thought was an invisible fortress. They were wrong. U.S. intelligence intercepted encrypted Russian orders. Target NATO rail hubs, U.S. depots, and Patriot missile sites. Washington responded fast. The Joint Chiefs gave a chilling green light. If we wait for them to shoot, we've already lost. The operation was approved. The goal: neutralize the threat before a single shell could leave the barrel. At 5:10 a.m., April 22nd, 3 American M142 HIMARS units near Poland received encrypted coordinates. Their targets? 3 Cox and artillery batteries deep in the forest. Within seconds, 3 M30A1 rockets were launched, traveling at 10,700 kilometers per hour, hugging the Earth, invisible to radar. And then, silence. 5:10:58, first strike. The missile explodes 14 meters above a fuel truck. 182,000 tungsten fragments shred metal, men, and forest in one hypersonic burst. 11 seconds later, second strike. It doesn't hit the cannon, it doesn't have to. A single shard tears off a soldier's leg, another fries the targeting system. At 5:11:28, final rocket hits dead center. The supply truck goes airborne. The gun barrel splits like paper. 2 crewmen vanish in smoke. 91 seconds, 3 strikes, over 20 enemy personnel gone, an entire artillery position erased. U.S. drones confirmed the obvious. The base wasn't built to survive, only to threaten. No air defense, no radar, no backup. They thought hiding inside Russia meant they were safe. They were wrong. By the time Russian commanders realized what happened, there was nothing left to save. The HIMARS, already gone. Using GPS-resistant stealth drones, the U.S. updated coordinates every 2.5 seconds. Each rocket curved up to 21,000 meters altitude, then dove like a meteor. And just as quickly, the launchers vanished, relocating in minutes. By the time Russian radars could triangulate a response, there was no one left to strike. Russian command tried to reach the artillery unit. Radio silence. A drone launched 3 minutes later showed the truth. All 3 Coxswain guns destroyed. 3 trucks reduced to ash. No signs of survivors. This wasn't a skirmish. This was a message. We see you, and if you move, you're already too late. North Korea's proud export was gone in seconds. Russia's silent alliance shattered, and NATO now watching the skies. Enemy long-range artillery activity dropped 72% in just 3 days. Russian social media leaked horrifying images, and global analysts began asking the question Moscow feared most. If HIMARS can strike this deep, this quiet, where will it strike next? This wasn't just an airstrike. It was a shift in power, a lesson in speed, precision, and invisibility. And the next time another nation thinks hiding behind trees, treaties, or distance keeps them safe, they'll remember Kursk. If you want the full picture of how this one mission changed global strategy, where we reveal the classified fallout, secret NATO reactions, and what's coming next in this shadow war. Like, subscribe and hit the bell, or risk missing history as it happens.